greatest in the world. There's something greater in us than this here physical body.
I do a workshop called You Are More Powerful Than Cancer. 15 years ago, I was given a 2 to 3 year prognosis. And that to me was a time when I had to prove God in my life. And one of the things that I did, number one, I had to make a radical change in my thinking of how I saw it. I had to see this as a project. It was something that I had to handle, that I had to look at. Number one, I had to change the way that I eat. I had to exercise, but most importantly, I talked to myself. Your body hears everything that you say.
Wow.
And so even when I went to the hospital and they said, Mr. Brown, your PSA, which stands for prostate-specific antigen, is increasing at 125. 1 to 4 is normal. I said, no matter what they say to me, I'm going to be all right. Every day and every way, I'm getting better and better. Every time when I would go for walks, every day, it was just a conversation. I would speak to my body and say, you're perfect, you're healed. The numbers do not represent who I am. The perfect essence and healing power of God is manifesting itself through my body. I would talk to my body every day. I still do that even now. James Cancer Center this year in Columbus, Ohio, they did a scan. I did a soft tissue scan and a bone scan. Prior to that, they said to Dr. Julie Van Putten, he needs to have chemotherapy. I said, give me the test. I will not submit unless you write a script for the test. They said, because of your PSA is over 700, we cannot do that. So I said, then I'll pay for it. I took a soft tissue test and a bone test, and I'm cancer-free. They are baffled. I'm not. But it's a routine that I visualize it, I see it, I speak it, and everything that I do to my body indicates that I plan to be here.
Wow. Your cell hears every thought.
Yes. Everything that we say and the things that we think. So we have to catch ourselves because we can't control the thoughts that come in our minds, but we can control the thoughts that we dwell on. Mm-hmm. So the mind can think all kinds of stuff. However, we decide, choose ye this day whom ye shall serve. We have to say it even when there's pain, because healing takes place first in the spirit. And so knowing that, we have to hold the consciousness and the belief that I'm going to be all right.
Wow. How important is exercise? Talk to us about
exercise. I do 142 push-ups consecutively. Wait. 142. And here's why. Just with exercise alone, that reduces the possibility of cancer coming in my body by 37%.
Just by doing exercises alone?
You reduce the possibility of cancer invading your body by 37%. Wow. If you have cancer, just by exercise, you slow the growth of cancer.
Woo!
Because remember, commit thy works. We're supposed to move this body. Commit thy works unto the Lord, and thy thoughts shall be established. In all thy ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct thy path. So we are to work. We're to move this body.
You have to keep this body in motion.
Yes, indeed. It takes longer to wear out than to rust out.
Did all of this started coming alive to you when you heard that news? Did you start?
When it's amazing how spiritual you become when someone says you have cancer. I called on Yahweh, Allah, Jesus, Melchizedek. I increased my tithes by 35%. It's amazing how spiritual you become. I tell you, I said, Lord, you think Paul helped you? You ain't see nothing. If you just clear this out, if you just move it to my foot, I'll be grateful.
Wow.
I'll work for you unlike you've ever seen any work before. It's amazing. But I had to calm myself because initially I was panicked. I was frightened. And I visualized myself dying. I saw myself all the way to my deathbed, and I started literally making funeral arrangements because at the cellular level, we've heard that cancer is a death sentence. Then I was reading that more people die from a doctor's prognosis than from the disease itself.
Yeah.
So I had to reverse that. I had to catch myself. I had started listening to a lot of materials, and including my own stuff. I had to do it. And people who I was encouraging, they had to begin to encourage me. And I was asleep in the airport, and a guy woke me up. And he said, Mr. Brown, I read in the National Enquirer that you were dying of cancer. And I said, yes. He said, I want you to know, he said, I'm 73 years old, and my PSA is over 2,000. And he said, and I have had cancer for over 23 years. And what
Wow.
that said to me, if he can do it, I can do it. Here's one of the things I tell people. Life is a fight for territory.
Wait. Life is a what?
Fight for territory.
Life is
A fight for territory. And once you stop fighting for what you want, what you don't want will automatically take over.
Whoa. Wait. I got to have you repeat that again.
Life is a fight for territory. And once you stop fighting for what you want, what you don't want will automatically take over. Remember what Paul said? I have fought a good fight.
Yes.
You got to fight a good fight for your health, for peace of mind. I mean, the first house I bought for my mother, it was repossessed. I had to handle that. I had to deal with that. I remember when they knocked on the door, I said, I'm standing on his word. Man, I said, no problem. Just stand out here. Just break your behind right on out here. On the porch on his word.
Oh, my goodness.
Yes. And I had to keep my mind focused on where I was going. Where I was going and what was I going to do now. That this was not the end. This has not come to stay. It has come to pass. I will get through this. People need to know who are watching right now. They will get through this.
Yes.
That no guts, no glory. Prove me now herewith. I pour you out a blessing you have not room enough to receive. And people need to know, if you're going through some stuff, that's when you have to prove God in your life. Anybody can have faith when the bills are paid, when you have health, when there's money in the bank, the children acting like they have good sense. Anybody can have faith then. But the true test of faith was life knocks on the door. That's the truth test. That's the truth test of how strong your faith is.
My goodness. That's good. Do you have a right to be rich?
Yes, yes. When you look at who we are, the reason that we're poor is because of mental conditioning. We've been taught all our lives, Lord, I'm not worthy. And it is an ongoing process that you have to claim this life for yourself because we're supposed to have it, but we've been taught for centuries that we didn't deserve it, that we should not have it. And so everybody deserves it because you can do something. I never wanted to be rich. I just wanted to be comfortable. Let me tell you when I appreciated having money, when my mother was sick, because I'm adopted. Right. And when we took her to Jackson Memorial Hospital, I'll never forget, Mama was a 22-year breast cancer conqueror. The receptionist, she didn't look up and say, how you doing? Are you okay? Here's a woman, my mother adopted 7 children at age 46. I was born in an abandoned building on the floor in Liberty City. Mom adopted Wesley and I and then 5 other kids. She didn't say, are you uncomfortable? Can I get you a glass of water? All this lady asked without looking up, what kind of insurance do you have? And I leaned forward and said, she has Les Brown Unlimited. Give my mother what she needs. And if you don't want a check, I'll go and get cash for you. That's the only time that I really appreciated having money. I resigned from the Ohio legislature. My brothers and sisters wanted to put her in a nursing home. And I said, no. They said, we interviewed these people, and they're very nice. And they weren't because they were being mean and unappreciative. They didn't have the money to do it. I resigned from the Ohio legislature. I came back to Miami to take care of her. I said, she didn't clean their behind. She cleaned our behind. I couldn't understand how one woman could raise 7 children who couldn't take care of themselves, but 7 grown people couldn't take care of one woman.
Oh, Jesus.
No. She will not go into a nursing home. I will clean her. It ain't going down like that. Money gives you options. Yes. It gives you choices. You owe it to yourself and the people you care about to get stinking rich. So when people pass you, they can smell it on you. Trust me on this, because you're going to need it. You will need it for health care, for someone you care about. You will need money. Trust me on that. I never had any respect for it. I do now.